I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that.
So there you had the exact same script, the same voice, the same character, but 3 different emotional arcs. And the only thing that changed between those 3 was what I typed into these little brackets. This is part of Fish Audio's emotional control system, which allows you to more accurately direct the performances of all of your voices by using natural language to direct the emotions that are used during the performance. But this video isn't just about adding tags to make something sound happy or angry or sad. It's about what is the practical application of these tags. How much control over a character's performance do we actually have? And most importantly, how does the expression of that realistic emotion impact the effectiveness of what you're delivering? So can we actually create things like comedy and tension and fear or suspense, or have characters lose emotional control over the course of time? And can we carry all of this into full conversations between characters? That's what we're going to find out today. You have a couple of places in the Fish Audio platform where you can use these emotion tags. First of all is in the regular text-to-speech section. So if you just have something like "I can't believe you did that" with no emotion tags whatsoever and generate that speech, in just a couple of seconds you're going to have this.
I can't believe you did that.
Fish actually gives you 2 different versions to choose from.
I can't believe you did that.
So right there, even without any emotion tags, you've got a really nice realistic read. But what if that's not the particular emotion you want expressed? If we want to add some specific emotion to that, we've got several ways we can do it. One easy way is just to put the cursor in front of what you want to impact and click on tags, and you can choose from any of these here. But you're not limited to just these choices. You're encouraged to use your own natural language and description of the emotion you want portrayed when you're typing inside these tags. So you'll notice that delighted is not one of these tags. However, if I go ahead and type delighted at the front of this line and generate this, you're going to get 2 different interpretations of delighted.
I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that.
Or if you change the word to disgusted,
I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that.
or combine multiple tags like here with scared and whispering.
I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that.
So let's choose a different voice and I'll give you some other examples. We can add voices right from the text box here by clicking on more voices, or over here under settings we can also click this icon here and we have access to all the choices in the platform that we can search based on what we're looking for. We also have our voices that we've created on our own. So let's use this British voice and say a simple tag like nervous. I don't even know what I'd say to her. I'd just make a fool of myself.
I don't even know what I'd say to her. I just make a fool of myself. I don't even know what I'd say to her. I just make a fool of myself.
But what if we took that nervous tag and turned it into nervous and frustrated, like he's failed many times before and is getting angry?
I don't even know what I'd say to her. I just make a fool of myself. I don't even know what I'd say to her. I just make a fool of myself.
So think about the possibilities here. It's just like you're talking to a voice actor in a studio. You don't just have to say nervous, sad. You can say, no, she's really broken your heart. I want to feel that. And if you look at some of these tags, we can also add effects like laughing and chuckling and moaning and sobbing and things like that. We've got several examples of all this coming up. Now, you may have noticed this auto tag button. Well, what if you don't exactly know how you want to use this emotion tags, or you're just learning, or you'd like some suggestions from the AI? So first, let's hear this line with no emotion tags whatsoever.
Oh my God, girl. You have got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media. I'm not even kidding. You like that weird creative stuff, right?
So it's a little flat. So let's click on auto tag and let the AI read the context of the line and suggest tags. So you see it's got an excited tag, it's added a short pause, it's added some emphasis and another pause. And let's see what difference that makes.
Oh my God, girl. You have got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media. I'm not even kidding. You like that weird creative stuff, right?
So it's so much more realistic. Now let me jump in here with a little pro tip on making your voices sound even more realistic. Aside from the quality itself, the words that you say are very important. As an example, in this script, it currently says, you have got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media. And that's fine, but most likely a real person is going to say, you've got to subscribe, not you have. So let's just see what a difference that one little change made.
Oh my God, girl. You've got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media. I'm not even kidding. You like that weird creative stuff, right?
Let's customize this even more by putting a giggle right in front of you like that weird creative stuff. So I'm just going to, in brackets, write giggle and regenerate.
Oh my God, girl. You've got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media. I'm not even kidding. You like that weird creative stuff, right?
Okay, let's go past just individual lines and let's put this into some sort of actual scene where the character's emotion changes over the course of the scene. To do this, I'm going to take advantage of the Story Studio inside of Fish Audio. This allows me to paste an entire script down the line in one shot and then go through and change voices and make all of my changes. Here you can see that I've got a script that's already done. And another advantage of using Story Studio is that we have a timeline here where we can change the timing of where the various voices land. We can can add sound effects and music to make it an entire audio production. So before I play this, let me just kind of walk you through the arc here. Now, it's a fake cooking show, and this guy is demonstrating something seemingly simple, but something goes weird. His saucepan starts making a noise, and the sauce inside the pan starts talking to him, and he is now reacting in front of a live audience. So here's how this plays out.
And now we add just 1 teaspoon of chili powder. That seemed like significantly more than a teaspoon. Why is the saucepan making that noise?
Feed me.
That's perfectly normal. Some sauces do become sentient.
Feed me now.
We'll be right back after this message.
So now we can export this entire thing, and it's already basically produced. We could use it for the background of a video, or if it's an audio file, just use it on its own. But now sometimes the generations are going to come out and you're going to want to change it. The beauty of AI is that it's very easy to iterate. If you don't like the output of a particular line, you can just keep regenerating it. For example, in this line here, why is the saucepan making that noise? It sounds like this.
Why is the saucepan making that noise?
So it says saucepan, first of all, and I would definitely change that to saucepan, and then click regenerate.
Why is the saucepan making that noise?
And if I didn't like that exact read, I could generate it again.
Why is the saucepan making that noise?
Again, just like being in the studio with a real voice actor. We're not just choosing random emotions because we can, we're trying to walk you through the natural emotional arc this character would have if he was doing a cooking show and his sauce started talking to him while he tried to maintain his professionalism. Story Studio is also the natural place to create dialogue between characters. And I got some really fun examples of characters interacting with all of these emotional tags put in to make it seem much more real. But speaking of realism, I got another pro tip for you in terms of making the characters sound exactly like you want. In the various scenes I'm going to show you, I created some custom characters because I wanted them to read a particular way. For example, I wanted one character who sounded kind of like a really confident airline pilot. So instead of searching the library for one and trying to force it in there, I knew what I wanted it to sound like. So I just went to create a voice, and I went to instant voice clone and recorded exactly what I wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, everything is going great and we should be landing within about 30 minutes or so. That ends up creating a voice that sounds like this. All systems are looking good and we're ready for a wonderful journey. And for another character, I cloned my voice recording something like this so that my character would sound like this. I'm a little nervous about this journey, sir. I didn't expect to be here. This is an important concept to embrace because you can create a stable of characters who each have different nuances. It could be the calm version of the captain, or it could be the we're in a panic mode, and then using the correct version with the correct script in conjunction with the emotion tag, and now you've got ultimate control over the realism. Every time you use that voice, it'll have a consistent dialect, it'll have the same pacing and overall rhythm, so that every time you use it, it sounds like the same person. So now we have all the pieces we need. We got the studio to create this in, we have a stable of voices, some of which we've created, some of which are in the platform already, and we have full control over the emotional expression of all of our characters. But just before we get into these examples, there's one other thing I want you to take into consideration. When we just listened to that example of the guy with the cooking show, there was no video going with it. I was asking you to use your imagination to fill in the blanks of what that might look like. And because we're evaluating a text-to-speech platform, you're probably fixated on, does that sound real? Does everything sound exactly real? And that's not the way that we normally consume this type of thing, especially if we're watching videos. It is the video combined with the audio and any sound effects which makes the whole experience. So for all of these examples, I'm taking the output from Fish Audio and we've put video to them so that you can see them used in the proper context. Because I think most people watching my channel are making videos and they want them to occur as realistically as they want them to occur. And using techniques like this can be your secret weapon.
Why do you know so much about this?
Because I actually trained for knighthood.
Could you perhaps train me very quickly?
The battle starts in 6 minutes.
Excellent. Intensive course.
Fine. Put your left foot in the stirrup.
He's looking at me.
It's a horse.
He knows.
Knows what?
That I'm weak.
Get on the horse.
It's moving.
You haven't even mounted it yet.
Then why am I falling?
Who is she?
Before you get upset,
That's never been a promising opening.
she's an AI version of you.
An AI version of me.
Yes, I trained her on your voice, your mannerisms, your preferences,
My preferences?
just the useful ones.
What does that mean?
She likes documentaries.
I like documentaries
You complain during documentaries.
because they leave things out.
See, she doesn't do that.
Welcome back, number 2. The new secret lair is finally operational.
Wow, volcano entrance, shark tank, giant rotating laser. You really went all out.
At last, a headquarters worthy of my genius. Who are those people in the kitchen?
What people?
The family making pancakes. Why is there a family making pancakes in my secret lair?
Funny story.
I specifically requested an unfunny story.
There was a small cash flow issue during construction.
And?
So I listed the East Wing online.
You listed my evil headquarters on Airbnb?
Only weekends.
This is a secret lair. All systems are nominal. Course is locked. We are officially on our way to Mars. Great. Then I can finally stop pretending I understand any of these buttons. That's why they sent me. Quick question. Go ahead. Where do we keep the extra oxygen tanks? Storage compartment 3. Storage compartment 3 is empty. No, it isn't. I'm looking directly at it. So emotion tags aren't just cool because they can make a person sound happy or angry or sad. It's because now you can tell a real story with real characters with believable emotions. And when you build a stable of characters like I talked about before, you have a whole new level of consistency as well. I've got all the information linking to Fish Audio down in the description. If these are the types of technologies and techniques you like to learn about, I invite you to subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe to Bob Doyle Media.
Because this is the type of stuff we play with all the time.
And now we add just 1 teaspoon of chili powder. That seemed like significantly more than a teaspoon. Why is the saucepan making that noise?
Feed me.
That's perfectly normal. Some sauces do become sentient.
Feed me now.
We'll be right back after this message.
Today, we ride into battle and defend the kingdom.
For honor, for glory, for the king.
Mount your horse, Sir Edmund.
Right.
Go ahead.
I am.
You are standing next to it.
I know where the horse is.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
Of course I've ridden a horse.
When?
Childhood.
How old were you?
4.
That doesn't count.
It moved.
Your mother was holding you.
Why do you know so much about this?
Because I actually trained for knighthood.
Could you perhaps train me very quickly?
The battle starts in 6 minutes.
Excellent. Intensive course.
Fine. Put your left foot in the stirrup.
He's looking at me.
It's a horse.
He knows.
Knows what?
That I'm weak.
Get on the horse.
It's moving!
You haven't even mounted it yet.
Then why am I falling? 4. I tripped over the bucket.
The kingdom is doomed.
Could we defend it on foot?
Against cavalry?
Then today, we invent tactical jogging.
Who is she?
Before you get upset,
That's never been a promising opening.
she's an AI version of you.
An AI version of me.
Yes, I trained her on your voice, your mannerisms, your preferences,
My preferences?
just the useful ones.
What does that mean?
She likes documentaries.
I like documentaries
You complain during documentaries.
because they leave things out.
See, she doesn't do that.
Oh, I see. So she's better than me.
No, not better.
Smarter?
Different.
Prettier?
That's not even a setting.
Then why is she wearing my sweater?
She picked it.
You let a computer wear my sweater.
Okay. I realize we're no longer discussing the technical achievement.
You built someone who sounds like me, acts like me, and apparently annoys you less.
That's not why I made her.
Then why?
Because you've been traveling so much and the house felt empty.
That is either incredibly sweet or deeply alarming.
Can it be both?
Probably. So where is she now?
Standing behind you.
What? Hi. I reorganized your closet. Delete her.
Welcome back, number 2. The new secret lair is finally operational.
Wow, volcano entrance, shark tank, giant rotating laser. You really went all out.
At last, a headquarters worthy of my genius. Who are those people in the kitchen?
What people?
The family making pancakes. Why is there a family making pancakes in my secret lair?
Funny story.
I specifically requested an unfunny story.
There was a small cash flow issue during construction.
And?
So I listed the East Wing online.
You listed my evil headquarters on Airbnb?
Only weekends.
This is a secret lair.
Do you have any idea what waterfront volcano property costs?
They are taking selfies next to the death ray.
I did ask them not to touch it.
There's a child sitting in my command chair.
He gave us 5 stars.
I don't care about the rating.
We were at 4.6 before him.
What did he say in the review?
Amazing views, fun Shark Tank, host seemed emotionally unavailable.
Emotionally unavailable?
You do tend to brood.
I am a supervillain.
Right, and checkout is at 11.
Fine. But nobody uses the doomsday device before breakfast.
All systems are nominal. Course is locked. We are officially on our way to Mars.
Great. Then I can finally stop pretending I understand any of these buttons.
That's why they sent me.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Where do we keep the extra oxygen tanks?
Storage compartment 3.
Storage compartment 3 is empty.
No, it isn't.
I'm looking directly at it.
Then you're looking at the wrong compartment. There's only one compartment with a giant label that says oxygen. What does mean?
It means I may have removed them before launch.
You removed the oxygen?
They were heavy.
They're oxygen.
I was trying to improve fuel efficiency.
By making the astronauts lighter?
When you say it like that, it does sound poorly conceived.
How much oxygen do we have left?
Enough.
Enough for what?
A very meaningful conversation.
Turn this ship around.
Already doing it.
Can we make it?
Absolutely. Probably.
Those are extremely different answers.
Look, worst case, we're about to become a very inspirational documentary.